One of the harshest financial truths is that your paycheck alone will never make you rich. Most people spend their entire lives relying on a single source of income, their job. They wake up, go to work, get paid, and repeat the cycle, hoping that if they just work hard enough, they'll eventually become financially secure. But here's the reality. If your only source of money is your paycheck, you are financially vulnerable. The biggest financial mistake people make is believing that income alone is the key to wealth. But if that were true, every high earner would be rich. Yet countless doctors, lawyers, and executives, people making six figures, still struggle with money. Why? Because it's not about how much you earn. It's about how you use what you earn. If every dollar you make goes toward expenses, lifestyle upgrades, or debt, you will never escape the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. A Stoic understands that true wealth isn't about salary. It's about creating income that doesn't require constant work. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. If your entire financial future depends on one job, you are one layoff, one economic downturn, or one unexpected life event away from financial disaster. The wealthiest people don't just earn money, they make their money work for them through multiple income streams. One of the best ways to escape paycheck dependence is to start investing as early as possible. Many people avoid investing because they think it's risky or complicated, but the real risk is doing nothing. If you're not investing, inflation is constantly making your money worth less. A simple, effective way to start is by putting a small percentage of every paycheck into index funds, which allow your money to grow over time without requiring deep financial knowledge. Another way to build financial security is by creating passive income. This doesn't mean overnight riches. It means setting up income sources that generate money without requiring constant effort. Real estate, dividend-paying stocks, online businesses, and even simple side hustles can eventually replace the need to rely on a single paycheck. The key is starting now, even on a small scale. The truth is, you will never achieve financial freedom if your money stops coming in the moment you stop working. A Stoic doesn't hope that their job will always be there. They prepare for a future where they don't have to rely on it. The question is, will you keep depending on a paycheck forever? Or will you start building wealth that works for you instead of the other way around? One of the biggest financial traps people fall into is spending to impress rather than to build wealth. Social pressure makes people believe that success is measured by what they own, their car, house, clothes, or vacations. Instead of making financial decisions based on logic, they let emotions and external validation control their spending. This mindset keeps people broke, no matter how much they earn. Many people assume that if they look rich, they are rich. But in reality, true wealth isn't about what you can buy, it's about what you can keep. The person driving a luxury car with monthly payments is often in a worse financial position than someone driving an affordable, paid-off car while investing the difference. But society glorifies flashy lifestyles, making people feel like they need to spend money just to fit in. A Stoic understands that chasing status symbols is a never-ending game. The moment you upgrade one thing, there will always be something newer, bigger, or better to chase. Instead of trying to impress others, a Stoic focuses on financial independence. Seneca said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more. That is poor." True wealth comes from needing less, not from constantly spending more. One of the most damaging habits that keep people broke is lifestyle inflation. As soon as they get a raise, bonus, or higher-paying job, they immediately increase their spending. They move to a bigger house, buy a more expensive car, or upgrade their lifestyle. Instead of using the extra income to build wealth, they use it to buy temporary luxuries. As a result, no matter how much they earn, they remain financially dependent on their paycheck. The key to escaping this cycle is learning to delay gratification. Many people make financial decisions based on short-term pleasure rather than long-term security. They prioritize impulse purchases, emotional spending, and social validation over financial independence. But a Stoic sees money as a tool, not a source of identity. Before making any purchase, ask yourself, is this adding real value to my life, or am I just trying to impress others? One of the best financial strategies is living below your means, no matter your income. Many people assume that frugality is only for low earners, but in reality, some of the wealthiest people in the world practice it. Warren Buffett still lives in the same modest house he bought decades ago, despite being a billionaire. Why? Because he understands that wealth is built through smart financial choices, not through overspending. Instead of focusing on looking wealthy, focus on becoming wealthy. This means prioritizing saving, investing, and building income streams over unnecessary purchases. If you get a raise, use it to increase your investments rather than your lifestyle. If you receive unexpected money, put it toward assets that grow over time instead of fleeting luxuries. At the end of the day, financial freedom is not about impressing others. It's about having control over your life. The more you spend on things you don't need, the more you remain trapped in a cycle of financial stress. The question is, are you spending to build wealth, or are you spending to impress people who don't actually care? One of the most dangerous financial traps that keep people broke is debt. Society has normalized borrowing money for everything: cars, homes, vacations, even daily expenses. People finance their lifestyles without realizing that every loan, every credit card swipe, and every payment plan is stealing their future income. The truth is, debt is not just a financial burden. It's a chain that keeps you working for money instead of making money work for you. Most people believe that some debt is good debt. While it's true that borrowing for an investment, like a rental property or a business, can be strategic, the reality is that most people are not using debt to create wealth. They're using it to finance a lifestyle they can't afford. New car, the latest phone, designer clothes, and high-end vacations all come with payments that slowly drain wealth instead of building it. A Stoic does not let short-term pleasure ruin long-term security. One of the biggest financial mistakes people make is thinking in terms of monthly payments instead of total cost. Instead of asking, "Can I afford this?" they ask, "Can I afford the monthly payment?" This mindset is why people finance cars that lose value the moment they leave the dealership, homes that stretch their budget to the limit, and credit card balances that carry massive interest rates. Debt makes everything more expensive in the long run. A $30,000 car bought with financing can end up costing $40,000 after interest is paid. A $5,000 credit card balance can take years to pay off if only minimum payments are made. A Stoic understands that true financial freedom is owning more and owing less. Seneca warned, "Debt is the slavery of the free." When you have monthly payments, you are not in control of your income. Your creditors are. The more you owe, the fewer choices you have. You can't quit a job you hate. You can't take risks. You can't build wealth because most of your money is already committed to past purchases. The first step to escaping debt is stopping the cycle. Many people try to pay off debt while still financing new purchases, which keeps them trapped. A Stoic approach is to stop borrowing money for things you don't absolutely need. If you can't pay for it in cash, you can't afford it. The next step is paying off debt aggressively. Many people make only the minimum payments, keeping them in debt for years. Instead, list your debts from smallest to largest and pay off the smallest one first while making minimum payments on the rest. This creates momentum and motivation, the debt snowball method. Once one debt is eliminated, roll that payment into the next one. Attack debt with the same urgency you would if your financial life depended on it, because it does. Another key to staying debt-free is learning to live with less. Many people go back into debt after paying it off because they never changed their spending habits. They see debt as an option instead of a last resort. A Stoic learns to be satisfied with what they have, understanding that true wealth is not in possessions but in freedom. At the end of the day, debt is a choice. It is the choice to give away your financial future in exchange for temporary pleasure. The question is, will you keep borrowing from your future, or will you take control and break free from financial chains today? One of the harshest financial truths that people ignore is that most people will never retire comfortably. They assume that as long as they keep working, saving a little here and there, and relying on Social Security or a pension, they'll be fine. But here's the reality. If you don't take control of your financial future now, you will work far longer than you ever planned to. Most people underestimate how much they'll actually need to retire. They assume a small savings account or a company retirement plan will be enough. But with rising inflation, healthcare costs, and longer life expectancy, many people outlive their savings. The biggest regret of retirees is that they didn't start saving and investing sooner. A Stoic understands that waiting is the most expensive financial mistake. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to build enough wealth to stop working. Someone who invests just $300 per month starting at 25 can retire a millionaire. Someone who waits until 45 will have to invest 3 to 4 times as much to reach the same goal. Time is the most powerful financial tool, and every year lost makes retirement harder. Many people also assume that they can just work longer if they don't have enough saved. But this is a dangerous plan. What if your health declines? What if your industry changes and you lose your job? Depending on work forever is not a retirement strategy. It's a financial trap. A Stoic doesn't gamble with their future, they prepare for it. Another common excuse is, I don't make enough to invest for retirement. But the truth is, you don't need a lot to start. You just need consistency. Even small amounts invested consistently over time grow into significant wealth. The key is not how much you start with, but how early and how consistently you invest. The best way to secure retirement is to automate investing. Setting up automatic transfers into a retirement account ensures that wealth building happens without requiring constant effort or discipline. A Stoic removes emotion from financial decisions by making them automatic. Another way to guarantee a comfortable retirement is creating multiple income streams. Relying only on savings or Social Security is risky. Smart investors build passive income sources like rental properties, dividend stocks, or side businesses that generate money even when they are no longer working. At the end of the day, you have 2 choices: plan for retirement now or work forever. The people who retire comfortably are not necessarily the ones who made the most money. They are the ones who took action early, invested consistently, and refused to delay financial planning. The question is, will you wait until it's too late, or will you take control of your future today? One of the biggest reasons people stay broke is because they keep waiting for the right time to get rich. They tell themselves that they'll start saving when they make more money, that they'll invest when they understand the market better, or that they'll get serious about their financial future when life becomes more stable. But here's the truth: the perfect time will never come. If you wait, you will stay broke. Most people believe that financial success requires ideal conditions: more income, less debt, fewer expenses. But the reality is, you don't need perfect conditions to start. You just need to start. A Stoic does not wait for luck or external events to dictate their actions. They take control of what they can, with what they have right now. Seneca reminds us, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. One of the biggest financial myths is that you need a lot of money to start investing. But the truth is, small investments, made consistently over time, are what create wealth. If you had started investing just $5 a day 10 years ago, you would have thousands of dollars in wealth today. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to catch up. Many people also delay financial action because they fear making mistakes. They don't invest because they're afraid of losing money. They don't start a side business because they fear failure. But avoiding action is the greatest financial mistake of all. The only way to learn is through experience. A Stoic understands that the cost of inaction is far greater than the cost of occasional mistakes. Another excuse people use is that they don't have time to focus on money right now. They are too busy with work, family, and everyday life. But if you don't make time for your financial future now, you will be forced to deal with financial stress later. The people who build wealth don't have more time. They make financial success a priority. The best way to stop waiting and start building wealth is to take one small action today. Open an investment account. Start tracking your expenses. Automate a small savings transfer. Anything that moves you forward. Momentum is built through small, consistent actions. At the end of the day, wealth is built by those who take action, not by those who wait for the perfect moment. If you don't start now, you will look back years from now and realize that nothing has changed. The question is, will you keep waiting for the right time? Or will you take control and start building your financial future today? If you're ready to stop waiting and start taking real action toward financial independence, subscribe to our channel today. Check out our playlist filled with powerful strategies to help you break financial procrastination, invest wisely, and take control of your future. Click now because the cost of waiting is too high to ignore.